What's up, Bubheads? It's Chris. I'm coming to you from Autorama in Detroit, and you're about to see the 56 Chrysler, the latest and greatest from Rad Rides. I'm going to turn it over to Troy, and he's going to take you on a tour.
All right, Chris, thanks, man. Looks better than steel, huh?
Oh, unbelievable.
Well, we finally made it here to Autorama. I've been coming here 20 years, and I think this is a culmination of our best car here. We call it Passion. It's a 56 Chrysler that we built for Nancy and Roger Ritzow. A lot of people know Roger and Nancy. We built a little 32 Ford for him years ago. It was the top 75 of all time, so wanted to do a big car, so I've always wanted to do a 56 Chrysler. And it's pretty cool, you know, you walk around the building, there's a lot of great cars out here, but, you know, this is a very different body style and the way we, you know, two-tone it, you know, and with the lighting in here, it actually looks three-tone. And, you know, it's definitely the largest car in here. And what's really cool about this car is it's got a really bitchin' chrome moly chassis under it. It's all Viper drivetrain, which if you've been watching Top Shops, you've seen a lot of the build on the chassis. But it has a NASCAR R5 Dodge Cup motor, you know, twin turbocharged that's hidden. You know, we wanted to look in the engine compartment and not see all the plumbing, so we've hidden the turbochargers underneath behind the front tires. So there's a lot of tricks on this car, like every car in here, that if you don't have somebody walk you around and really show you, you don't really get what's going on. So, you know, we've done some great fender trim on the car. The bumpers are built from scratch. And there's a mix of cars. A lot of guys that don't know Chryslers, the mirrors are actually 1957 Chrysler. The door handles are 55 Chrysler, but it's a 56. And the sun visor that we use is off of a New Yorker, and this is a Windsor. So we mixed about 4 Chryslers together to really come up with this car. And the spoke wheels was an idea that we had because in that era, you know, you could get the car with spoke wheels. But one little thing we did to them is they're two-piece that Dayton Wire built for us, so they're actually bolted together. When you look beyond the spokes, you see the bolts in them. So we wanted more of that racy look. When you figure out that it's got Viper suspension, it's turbocharged. When you look at the wheels with the big brakes, it's a little more racy looking. So, and then the interiors are really a great job that Jim Griffin did for us. And we used 1956 cloth that was actually in one of the Chryslers, and we had the mill make it in orange to match our car. So it's kind of a unique tapestry that we used in there, which most people wouldn't use. So we just really try to be different, and you know, the whole goal of this car is to get it out and drive it. You know, Roger wants no business with trailer and stuff, so we've finished the bottom pretty nice. The chassis is incredible, and we're getting a lot of people come up to us this weekend asking, you know, why we're not competing for the Riddler, and we never had that intention with the car. And the chassis we actually showed at Columbus Good Guys this year, so that technically disqualified us. So we just wanted to bring Nancy's car out and show everybody, you know, with the right group of guys and a passionate customer, what you can really come up with. We've done a lot of neat tricks on the interior of this car that, you know, when you look in there at first glance, it looks stock, and that's kind of what we wanted. You know, our goal is when somebody comes up to us and says, man, I love the car, what'd you do to it? That tells me we've done our job right. Inside the car, we've hidden the 7-inch LCD screen behind the dash. That way you've got all the new function of a new car, but when it's closed up, it looks stock, and that was our whole idea of doing that. All these switches that run the air conditioner look stock, but we've rebuilt all the internal parts to make them work with the new AC unit. And then the steering wheel we're looking at, we've got a CNC at the shop now, so all the billet work on this car was done at our shop, and it really opens the door. You know, the steering wheel is made from a 120-pound chunk of billet, but when it's done, when you look in there, you know, it looks stock. And then one of the trick things that you don't see is it's got little paddles coming up the back, so it's actually paddle shifted. And we've done some really neat 3-point seat belts in the car. It has power headrests. All the lighting is LED. You know, it has all new function of a new car. When you shut the doors, the lights dim down, dim up. So we really tried to take a 56 Chrysler and make it like when you get in and hit the key, it's like you're driving a new car that you'd buy at the dealership. So we spent a lot of time really focusing on that. All the lenses inside the car, on the seats, the courtesy lights, the front lights on the front of the car, we made at the shop out of acrylic. You know, when you have the right guys at the shop and the equipment, you're only limited by your creativity. And when you have the right customer, this is the result, you know, of 16 guys with the same goal and a lot of passion.
I'm Roger Ritzow, and this is my wife Nancy, seated over here. Say hi, Nancy.
Hi.
And we're here to have the unveiling of our 1956 Chrysler 300B that Troy has built, which of course has been on the Hub Garage for a period of time and on his website as well. So we're really excited here that this is finally the grand opening, that we'll actually get to drive this car and have some fun with it instead of just wishing it was there. Well, this particular build really came about 4 years ago. I have a 32 Roadster, Rizzo's 32, the green one, and we always wanted a larger car. So I'm talking with Troy and saying we got to do something in the 50s that, you know, we can, when it rains, we don't have to worry about it, and this type of thing. So we weren't quite sure what the car would be, so it probably took a year and a half before we decided on this Chrysler 300, and this was Troy's suggestion. He gave us some pictures that we looked at. We liked the body style, and that's when we said, okay, do it. So that was about 2 years ago. So it's in the build, actually, when we decided what it was, to now it's been about 2 years. We had certain things that we wanted. We wanted, you know, trunk height, seat belts, all different little odds and ends in there. We wanted it stock. We didn't want a radical custom or anything like that. So Troy would come up with ideas, and then we'd go down. You know, it started out like every month, and then towards the end it was like every 2 weeks we'd go down and see the progress. And if there was a decision that Troy felt needed to be made, we made it at that time. Anything in the mechanicals, we left that up to him because he's the man, he's the master. A key with Troy's work as well, there isn't one thing that jumps out at you, it's the whole picture. And he's such a master at putting everything together that we just love it.
I think it's awesome. It can't be any prettier. I just love it.
It's gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
Thanks for watching Top Chops, and hope you enjoyed the last 4 or 5 episodes of building the car, and stay tuned, and hopefully we'll be on there again.
This is Roger and Nancy Rizzo, and you're watching The Hub.